Hello, welcome back to another HeartlandJournal.com 3 in 3, where I run down three stories the mainstream media, to be kind, forgot to tell you. Wow, these weeks fly by, don't they? Here goes. Number one. After New York City chose Zohran Mamdani to become the city's 111th mayor, exit polls revealed that the mayor-elect captured the majority of votes from both the younger population and newcomers to the city. Some experts said Mamdani's success with these voters resulted from his campaign's messaging about challenging the status quo. He awakened something in them that goes for the new voters and young voters, where they thought that they had to accept the status quo of politics as usual and things that are coming out of Washington, D.C., and the corruption that we've had. And they realize that they actually don't have to look that way. Christina Greer, an associate political science professor at Fordham University, told ABC News. Exit polls showed 50% male and 50% female voters for Mamdani, 45% whites, 57% blacks, 52% Latinos, and 62% Asians, a whopping 78% in the 18 to 29-year-old age bracket, and still a landslide 66% amongst 30 to 44-year-olds and 43% 45 to 64-year-olds. With white voters aged 45 to 64, he lost 38 to 49 to Cuomo, and whites over 65 only 31% to 58 for the former governor Andrew Cuomo. Number two story. Not one, not two, but three Chinese national scholars from University of Michigan Laboratory charged for conspiring to smuggle biological materials into the US. Did you hear that on NBC? Nope. There you go. Three research scholars from the People's Republic of China were charged in a criminal complaint with conspiracy to smuggle biological materials into the United States and for making false statements to U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers, announced United States Attorney Jerome F. Gargan Jr. These are the latest charges in a string of cases stemming from University of Michigan international research activities. Allegedly attempting to smuggle biological materials under the guise of research is a serious crime that threatens America's national and agricultural security, said Attorney General Pamela Bondi. We will remain vigilant to threats like these from foreign nationals who would take advantage of America's generosity to advance a malicious agenda. At some point, pattern becomes practice, and apparently these three men are part of a long and alarming pattern of criminal activities committed by Chinese nationals under the cover of the University of Michigan. This is a threat to our collective security. We are thankful for the vigilance of our elite federal partners, ICE, HSI, FBI, and CBP, as a counterweight against this threat, said United States Attorney Gargan. Another scholar was also arrested in June after she allegedly mailed several packages containing biological material related to roundworms to UM's laboratory. Number three, in a new report, dark money hit a record high of $1.9 billion in 2024 federal races. Spending by groups that do not disclose their donors has increased and become harder to trace. The 2024 federal election cycle was the most secretive since the Supreme Court Citizens United decision in 2010. Dark money groups, nonprofits, and shell companies that spend on elections without revealing their donors plowed more than $1.9 billion into last year's election cycle, a dramatic increase from the prior year of $1 billion in 2020. Citizens United, which allowed corporations and unions to raise and spend unlimited amounts on elections, was premised significantly on the court's assumption that all of this newly permitted election spending would be transparent. In reality, many of the groups the court allowed to spend money on elections were not required to disclose their donors. Since Citizens United, dark money groups have spent at least $4.3 billion on federal elections. As dark money has proliferated, it has also evolved. Immediately after Citizens United, many newly empowered groups purchased their own ads to influence elections. Some of these purchases were reported to the Federal Election Commission, which makes such information public available. However, since at least 2020, dark money groups have largely shifted toward making large transfers to allied super PACs in amounts that far exceeded any previous direct ad spending. These totals can only be tabulated by reviewing each super PAC's campaign finance reports. Dark money groups also increasingly run ads, including many online ads, that are worded and timed such that they do not trigger FEC disclosure requirements. That's it for this week. If you liked what you heard, please subscribe to this channel and visit us at heartlandjournal.com anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Give us your email and you'll get the news the mainstream won't give you direct in your inbox for free. See you next time.